Alright, hey guys, so I guess I wasn't videoing earlier, but either way, what's happening today is I am trying to make my own form or my own file for my wife's 3D printer because I have looked all over the place and I haven't really found one I actually like. I'm sure they're great, I just don't like them. Personal preference, I guess, I just don't. Not a fan. So I've got old skull plate on here. And basically what I've done is I've done Bondo around the bottom to get my base built up on this. And right now I am doing epoxy around the top of it just to, quite honestly, make it smooth and pretty because, well, that's just the way I like it. That's just the way I want it done, and that's the way I do it. I'm not going to mess with the bases so much because once I get all that set and I get the file made and send it to my wife, each time I have to use a skull plate, we can adjust with the caliper, and then she can adjust it on her printer to the size for each base and the width of the actual deer and all that stuff. So we can make all that happen, and it'll be exact to that particular deer. So making this as exact as possible, as smooth and pretty as I like it, personally. So that's what's happening. Some of these ridges in here, but I'm just making it smooth. That's all. That's all that's happening right now. Then I'm gonna do a 3D scan of it, and if it turns out right, like I'm thinking it will, I'll send it to my wife. We'll do a test print, and they'll come out here. And I know they ain't expensive. I know they're not. They're like $20. But you know what? That's $20 I don't have to spend every time somebody brings some sheds they found to me and like, hey, I want these. I want to mount these. I want to throw them on my shoulder mount. That's a buck I've been hunting, and I know these are him, and he got hit last year, and I just want to have something to remember his buck. Okay, good, right. Say less. Got you covered. So I'm Kate. Throw it up there. That's the whole purpose behind this. Make sure we keep those memories alive, and then exactly true to form for everything. All this is adjustable. Like once I got the file built, we can adjust this thing per shoulder form, or antler size. All of it will be completely adjustable. So yeah. Once I get it smoothed out, looking exactly like I want it to, I'm gonna let it set and dry, pull it off, take a 3D scan of it, and send it to my wife, and we'll do a test print. There we go. I might even offer the file up for sale. My wife's good with it. I'm good with it. It's available to other taxidermists, but again, so the plan is I'm gonna, like I said, I thought I was doing another video on this a minute ago, and evidently I wasn't recording because my phone just went off, so I don't know. But plan is after I get this made, I'm gonna run one long drill bit through the middle of the antler right here, right through down to the base, to the bottom. And then whenever I get my antlers on here, I'll do one dry run just to get with the screw, just to get them set in the correct positions that are supposed to be. Again, I can't find my words today. But set like they're supposed to be, and then mark them. That way, really light lightly with a marker or a pencil or something, however you do it. And then we'll shoot that hole full of adhesive. Put adhesive on the screw itself, whether it's Bondo, whatever you choose, doesn't matter. I'm gonna use Bondo just because I feel like it sticks harder. And then after that, keyword should, once you put it in there for the final time and you line it up like it's supposed to be, and everything kicks, that antler shouldn't move anymore. I'm also going to leave, I left a little bit of a gap on the bottom of this empty little cavity also, purposely, just so whenever you put this on, you can still apply Bondo on the bottom. You don't need to, but I know some people still like Bondo, and even with the screws put in here, so it's still an option for you to add. I'm making sure this is just perfectly rounded off with this form, so it will be for the beer. Just in time of the correct. God forbid we don't get that. Sorry, I should be in a smart ass over the Facebook post. That's right. Alright, one last little smooth out. I think that'll be about as good as we're gonna get today. So it'll be fully adjustable with the caliper. For each gear that almost will do like this. Make sure she's smooth all the way around. That won't out. Smooth out the corners, the edges. No unnecessary little ridges that need to be worked out. Centered. That's good. Alright, so I'm gonna let that kick for a minute, dry up. Then we're gonna take a 3D scan of that bitch. And that's hopefully. I'm good. Yeah, I'm sweaty, it's hot. Been working in the yard too a little bit with the kids. So hopefully this turns out good. I'll show y'all this, then I'll post it. There we go. We got that. Hold on. Got that. Again, this will be adjustable on everything. So, for each and every single time I need a skull plate, it'll be perfect. Now I'll put a drill bit right through middle of that antler all the way through down to the bottom. Have one long screw coming up through, and then like I said, once you get it lined up like you want with a dry screw, mark it definitely, and then once it's marked, fill that hole full of adhesive or Bondo, whatever form of glue you're going to use, and then push it back, drive it, that screw back through there, let it sit. And personally, I would actually probably put some more Bondo in between the actual antler and what's going to be the skull plate, just to add that extra oomph. But we'll see what happens here shortly once it dries and I do a 3D scan. But let me know what y'all think. See ya.